Hey there, Rebecca here, bringing you another episode of the Vibe Frequency. As you can tell, I'm a little trepidatious. I've avoided touching base because I have to share and it makes me feel vulnerable. And I have to share that I am changing course, of course. In fact, when I shot the last vlog update, I knew there was that underlying knowing that it wasn't the right move. And now I'm here to eat crow, if you will. as much as as much as the social media world suggests or encourages us to put on a brave face and to try to be perfect, I refuse to subscribe to that mentality, that lifestyle, any of it. And it's interesting because I'm here with you. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I run a business through these modes of communication, these mediums, right? I am an artist. I am a creator just like you. And it is very, very easy to fall into what a majority of the population subscribes to. And it's a daily maintenance to try to maintain my integrity and to maintain authenticity and to put a barrier between all that I am and know that I was created to be and what the world wants to project onto you. And so that's why I am going to share with you my vulnerability and my authenticity, even though it makes me seem imperfect. Because guess what? We're all imperfect, perfectly imperfect for our purpose. And so, as you know, if you've followed me for a while, there's obviously the challenging history of relationships, starting with a narcissistic father and a narcissistic first partner, first father of my first child, as well as now my second significant relationship and father of my younger two children. And I mentioned in my last vlog that I felt it necessary to try to work with the father of my youngest two children to try to create that healthy home for my children. And knowing that there are unhealthy dynamics, I was still willing to give it one more try. And I honestly can't even count how many times I have given it one more try. And it's been said that we are twin flames. I don't subscribe necessarily to any label, let alone that label, because that puts on this layer of expectation or this layer of suggested outcome that may or may not be the case. And when we become attached to the outcomes, we are being set up for failure. And it doesn't really matter what we are. All that matters is we're two human beings. We're two souls in these meat suits having this experience, and whether or not we came from the same soul or we're, two souls that were made together, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because no one really knows for sure. And all that does is set us up for expectation. And so even if we are twin flames, it has become very clear that in this lifetime, it's not going to work out, that there is not a willingness to do the work on one side. And no matter what the label is, whether you're married or whether you're blood relation, brother and sister, whether you're just friends, it doesn't really matter what type of dynamic it is. If one party is not willing to do the inner work and not able to be truly, honestly self-reflective and bring honesty and integrity to the dynamic, the other person who is willing to do that cannot change it. There's nothing that you can do. And I can tell you, because I've lived from example, that no matter how high a vibration you have, no matter how good you are at maintaining that vibration, there comes a point where you will not be able to maintain that high vibration if you are consistently in the same place, and it's a majority of the time. If you're not able to go away to your own space and to recalibrate and to reground and to connect with yourself and to connect with the divine and re-energize and feed your soul, you eventually will be taken down by that lower vibration. And so my decision to move back in with my now ex has been reversed. We did live together for 2 months there. What was it? October and November. And about 2 weeks ago, I had to make the decision that that was not going to work. So luckily, I did not uproot here. Obviously, I continue to work here every day and really only moved a small amount of things over there. But it became very clear very quickly that I was not in a safe place. And anybody who watches this that, is concerned about the bubble of the safe place that society is offering to people, I can assure you that I am aware of that. That tendency to coddle is unhealthy. And I'm not looking for coddling, but I do need to be in a safe place. And there is, as with anything, right? We have these extremes and we live in a dualistic world. And no matter what, we're always going to have to find balance between the extremes. And having too much of a bubble and too much of a safe place and being shielded from all of the difficult things in life is going to do you a disservice. I agree. But putting yourself in harm's way in a toxic environment that you can't maintain and is detrimental to your mental and physical health, that is not right either. And so when I say I need a safe place, that comes from a very, very healthy place. And I should not be called names. I should not be called an ungrateful bee in front of my children at a restaurant out in public. And that is a breaking point. That is a boundary that says that's not okay. And it does break my heart that I can't fix that for my children. Sorry. I warned you. But I am okay. I'm good with it. I might not post this. Probably should. Yes, there is disappointment. Yes, there is sadness. And I need to let myself feel that. And I do, and I will. Not on this video. But it's really, really important because I come to you regularly teaching and sharing my experiences. And it's important for you to know that I am a human being like anybody else, perfectly imperfect. And like I always say, I regularly say that I'm just one step ahead. And I will make mistakes. And that's why the vlog portion of this channel is very, very important, because I need you to know me, and I need you to know that I will never claim to be perfect. And yes, we will all continue to experience difficult things in life. And I teach a lot about following your joy and bliss. And that's important because it can be your dominant reality. And I absolutely still see the evidence of that, even though there can't always fix. And for the sake of having a healthy home, at the end of the day, it doesn't change the truth. And I can't change anybody who's not willing to change. That includes my familial relationships, includes my romantic relationships, and that includes my coaching relationships. And I am very cautious about who I choose. I need to know that if I'm going to work with you, you're going to do the work and you're going to put in the effort. As well as if I'm going to have a relationship with you, I need to know that you're going to continue to make the right choices and do the work. So I don't want to be too long-winded here. essentially, I'm here to share with you the fact that I will not be moving home, that this is still our landing pad, and I'm actually very, very happy about that. This gave me the opportunity to reaffirm that we are in the right place, and that even though we found a cute little apartment that was going to be the office space and the safe place for my son, who was not able to go back to see his stepfather, that even though it was beautiful and amazing, new construction, all the nice things, this is still the right place for us. And I very much have been guided. And another really important thing that I wanted to share with you, because there's so much learning in this, is when I made that decision to move, I knew. Even as I made the video for you, sorry, I'm not sure who's texting so much, but even as I made the video for you, I knew I was sharing with you something that was going to give you a bad example. And it was kind of like there was a tiny, tiny inkling inside, but I didn't listen. And in retrospect, it certainly seems louder than it did at the time. I really did think I was doing the right thing for the kids, and I needed to go through that to see that for them, it wasn't right to see their mother treated that way. And even if we were living in one home, it still wasn't right for them. So we have to listen. We have to listen to even the tiny, tiny, tiniest little inkling that we have, that question. If ever there's any question, we need to stop and not move and wait for that guidance to come through. And I will say, even if you make the mistake, even if you move forward with something, ignoring just the tiny little subtle hints that maybe this isn't right for me, and you get to a place 2 months down the road and you're like, holy crap, God, divine universe, I'm so sorry. I didn't listen. I should have listened. I've made a mess of things. And now I'm committed to 2 apartments and I can't get out of either of them. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And, it really, you can get yourself into a lot of pain and struggle and a mess of things if we don't listen. And yet, this is the important part of what I wanted to share. Once you get back on track, once you say, I'm sorry, I didn't listen, help me fix this and get me back on track, it comes through. He comes through. God, divine, the universe, your creator cares and loves about you so much that magically the apartment you're not supposed to be in rents just in time. And magically the security deposit they weren't supposed to give you back, they give you back. And everything you need to support and sustain the more expensive home, which I logically wouldn't have thought that was the answer, that comes through as well. And you're supported for the next 3 months and you don't have to worry about a thing. And so no matter what, no matter how far off track you get, you can get back on track and you will be supported. And even if, the world says you shouldn't be in that expensive home, you should be in the cheaper apartment. The logic of being in the cheaper apartment isn't always the path for you. And that was not his will. And keeping a healthy home, keeping a complete home, doing it for the kids, the world might tell you that logically that makes sense, but it's not the right path for you. And so I just wanted to share with you that no matter how far off course you get, you can get back on course. And speaking of courses, that just popped into my head. I'm super, super excited. And it's kind of amazing because looking back, I felt like for some reason I shouldn't make this move because it's going to take so much energy. It's going to take so much time and it's going to consume my focus. And I knew that I was being divinely guided towards something that required all of my attention and focus. And on top of all the coaching that I'm doing, I'm building a course and I'm super, super excited about it. And it's rolling out the 3rd of January, 4th of January. Contact me if you want the exact date, but I will be delivering live trainings every week for 12 weeks. And then everyone who participates in the course will also be added to a Facebook support group where we'll have 12 months together with weekly Q&A calls. And the course will cover essentially shifting your mindset. As you know, I talk so much about mindset and how our thoughts are creating our emotions, are creating our vibration, is attracting our reality. And so we'll cover all of the mindset work, subconscious reprogramming, manifestation, which is awesome and amazing. And I don't subscribe to the hype of manifestation, but we are creators, whether we like it or not. And so that has to be part of it, is how are we creating? As well as Business 101. Do you want to have an online business? Do you want to have a purpose-driven business? Tap into your life purpose, tap into your highest potential, and excel at what you are perfectly imperfectly made for. So everything that I teach is all being wrapped into one course, and I'm so excited to deliver this to you. Like, my whole body just tingles when I say that. So yes, life is crazy. Yes, we will get off track. Yes, we can get back on track very, very quickly as soon as we say, I surrender, I give it all. I'm on the path now. It's your will, not mine. Show me, guide me. So with that, I think I probably went a little over the time I usually do, but yeah, I'm here. I'm a real person and I'm not perfect. And I wanted to just share with you, you don't have to be perfect either. And I'm here to support and guide you, and just reach out if you want to connect. So I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.